Hi.
Hi, Mum. Hello and welcome back to my channel, guys. I hope you're doing well. So today we are going to go through 5 different tips on how to revive your locks, your beautiful locks. Sometimes, you know, they're not always looking their best. Not every single day they're going to look fresh and fabulous from your loctician, okay? Let's just be honest. Here we're going to learn how to do a few things that will help to revitalize, to rehydrate, to everything your locks. If you'd like to see some of my little quick and easy how to do things, then stay tuned. So tip number 1 seems very easy and obvious, but it is to wash your locks, okay? Leaving your locks too long between washes can give it that kind of grey, greasy hue to it, which is not particularly the look. Well, I mean, not the look that I'm going for. Maybe you, but I mean, yeah, whatever. As the hair dries out, you try and moisturize it, and the grease just tends to sit on the top along with the rest of the dirt that you've accumulated, and it's just not a good combination. So if you wash your hair more regularly, you might find that they look a lot better and a lot more vibrant than they used to. It's just something to think about if you're looking at your locks and you're thinking, just looking a bit tired. And to be honest, who doesn't feel fresh when their hair is just been washed, just been dried, maybe thrown in a little curl in there? You know what I'm talking about. It feels good, and it will help you to feel better about your locks if you're feeling a bit down and just waiting for that appointment to see your loctician. If you are at that stage where you can condition your locks, I am not yet, but if you can, then you definitely should. It will help to moisturize them and just give them a bit of extra oomph, especially in the winter months where it can be quite harsh weather outside. It's important to keep your hair as healthy as possible, and that includes washing it regularly. You might find washing it every 2 weeks will be good for you. Some people find washing it every month good for them. It's just up to you and up to your locks what they want to do, but the general rule is to keep your hair clean without overwashing. So step number 2 is to use warm water to spritz your hair, and then immediately after use coconut oil in the palm of your hands and just run that through your locks while they are still warm. Throughout the months of having my locks in, I realized that when I used warm water instead of just room temperature or cold, it actually really helped to make my locks feel a lot more bouncy and a lot more just generally alive and vibrant. And this was helped with the coconut oil as well. I felt like the warm water helped the coconut oil to kind of, you know, all mix up in those hairs and stuff, and it just made it really silky and it added a really nice shine to it. I wouldn't say to use this method every single day, otherwise your hair will just get so oily by the end of the week. You know, on the occasion where you're thinking that they're getting a bit dry, you haven't washed it for a week or 2, you just want to quickly revive them, then this is a really good method that I found. So just run the coconut oil down the length of the hair, and especially on the ends. Like I said, in the winter that weather is harsh on your hair, just like it is on your skin. If you find that in the winter your skin gets a little bit more dry and it's a bit more sensitive, probably the same is happening with your hair. So give them a little extra TLC and they will bounce back to life. So tip number 3 is to do a braid out or any hairstyle that will give it a curl or a bounce to it. So this is going to make your hair look a lot more dynamic. It's going to give it a lot more movement and volume. And if you're finding that your locks just kind of lay on your shoulders just looking all sad, you know, doing a braid out can help to lengthen your locks and have them at their full length. I find that if you leave them for a few days without stretching them, they tend to shorten up and become a bit stubby and stiff. I find after I do a braid out, my hair looks a lot neater and a lot longer because the lock has been stretched and compressed, so all the little tiny flyaways are lying down flat along your hair. So if you're waiting to get your hair retightened and it's looking a bit, you know, fuzzy, I think a braid out will really help. And you can add tip number 2 after you have taken down your braids. Spritz your hair with the warm water and coconut oil for the best result, I believe, for your twist out. Tip number 4 is to just completely change how you style your locks. You might just be tired of your regular hairstyle that you do, not necessarily your locks. And to be honest, when you turn up to anywhere with your new hair, you know you're gonna feel good. So just do something different. There is so much information online, so many pictures, so much inspiration. The possibilities for your locks are endless. Even if you want to do a big chop, you decided, you know what, I don't like my long locks anymore, I want to have shoulder length locks. Or you want to do it into one of those cool lock styles, I don't even know what they're called, but they're awesome. Or ask your loctician, you know, give me something new. And maybe they'll throw something in there, spice things up, and they'll give you a really nice hairstyle that you would never even expect. I was surprised when I saw on the internet that a lady is straightening her locks, and to be honest, the before and after was fabulous. I'm not saying straightening your locks every single day will be good for them, but every once in a while, when you want to try and look a bit fancy, go for it. If you want to do an updo, do an updo. There's so much information online. There's no reason to fall out of love with your locks just because you don't know what to do with them. You really need to think about why you got the locks in the first place and what really drew you to them, and just try new things out. Even if you're just at home and you're just trying out new styles in the mirror, just remember why you got them and how versatile they are. You might think, oh, it's gonna look great on her, but it's not gonna look great on me. All of these things, but you will never know until you try, and you will probably find that it looks amazing. Tip number 5 is to see your loctician more often. Not only will it keep your locks fresher and tighter, it means that if there is anything going on at the back of your head or anywhere that you can't see, your loctician will be able to fix it before it becomes a massive problem. So for example, I have 2 teeny tiny locks at the front of my hair. They are very, very soft, and always, when I say always, used to come out before I managed to get to my next retightening. So within the 6 weeks that I waited, they would come out before I saw her again. So I had to see her more regularly so that they didn't unravel and that she could continue to reinforce that lock at the front. So now they are locking normally, but that was only because I was able to see my loctician more frequently. And this tip can be applied for any problems, thinning of the locks, joining of the locks. The sooner your loctician sees any problems, the better it will be for you and your locks. Especially if you are worried about a certain section, or if you think something's going on that you can't fix. I think it's really important to see your loctician a bit more often. I know it can work out to be more expensive, but honestly, if you really want the best for your locks, I think it will be a really good investment into your hair. So those are my 5 tips on how to revive your locks. I hope you enjoyed, and I really hope that you get inspired to make your locks the best locks they can be. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. As always, feel free to comment down below, and don't forget to click that subscribe button and press the bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video, which sounds fabulous, right? I know. So thank you all for watching. Bye!